Hello, can you hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Let's see who's here. I'm probably not going to be able to keep up with comments. I know that already. Um, hey, Jane, Nana Kim, Alicia, Kentucky, Renee, April, Pace, the Shouty Caps, Fluffy, Beyond Stupid We Are Not, Robo Granny, Lemon Drop. Hey, oh yeah, thank you everybody for becoming a new member. That's awesome that it shows up on here. I don't know if the super chats are not will, but hi, Silent Troll. Pig Volo, Ash, Ruby, Honeybee, Talks Me Outside, John Deere Girl, Shay, Nina, Cool Gamer, Scout About, Mom of Two, JF. If tonight I miss memberships or if I miss any super chats or if I miss anything like that, even if I miss your comments, because that's going to drive me crazy. Hey, Nana Kim. Just know that I will go back and I'll read them. Thank you, Kentucky. Kentucky, I don't know if you noticed that you're not a mod now. That's because, first of all, let me know if you can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me so I don't rattle on without, knowing if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now I'll keep going. So this is a horrible time. I'm gonna try to be as calm as I can, and I'm gonna try to keep in mind that there's people who love me that also love the ship. I completely understand that. And I'm going to try to be as respectful as I can to the ship for that reason. Because I know you have love for them and you have love for me. But what I want to do is, I want to tell my side. When I came up, say, could I correct a few things? It wasn't to lick Jimbo's balls. It wasn't to do anything but to correct the misinformation that they got from where? Nicolina. I really should. The ship is Savage, Shannon, Pirate, and Val. And Nicolina is going to cover me. I'm so glad. So just know, in case you don't know, hey, Daisy Joe, this was the first community that I felt at home with. I respected the hell out of all the women. And the fact that Nicolina is going to go live now and cover this just tells you that this is just a game to her. She don't give two shits about anything but, cause a drama. And that's what she did. But let's correct her drama. Because it's easy to cause drama when you're a liar. If you were over there telling the truth, it would be near as fun, wouldn't it, Nicolina? That's why you do the shit you do. But here, we're going to tell the truth. Now, because it's a last minute thing, I can't pull up receipts, but I will. I absolutely will. And this is why I work so hard on my reputation in times like this, when things come up. People, the new people might not know me, but people that know me should know if I said it, it's probably 98% going to be correct, because I do make mistakes. And if I do, I'll admit it. But that's where I'm asking the people that are subs in common, if you sit over there and you listen to that, which, made me look like a liar and all kinds of things, I'm just asking that you give me the same respect over here and listen to my truth. Now, to start with, the first thing I remember not being right was the picture of Jimbo going and talking to his aunt. They said that happened the night that he went to see Roger Brown. Now, I'm not real clear on that, but I don't think it was the same night. Can somebody put in the chat and let me know if that was the same night? What I do remember that happened that night was Nicolina did something, but I can't remember what. And it was on a Sunday because Jimbo doesn't go live on a Sunday. And she triggered him like she wanted to do. And because, like me, and like Southern Girl, and like Ash, and like many people, when you got something to say, you want to say it. So he went live to say his piece. You know, this is all a game to Nicolina to fuck with everybody's head. But for other people, it's real life. And you could say YouTube isn't real life. It's just YouTube. It's just YouTube. Well, no, it's not YouTube. I have seen them same bitches that say it's just YouTube sit over there and cry about YouTube just as much as anyone. But when they cry, oh my gosh, we're just being human, we're just reacting. When anybody else cries, it's, oh my God, it's just YouTube. Okay, so we know why Nicolina does her shit. Just to stir everybody up, to get everybody in the state that they are in now. That's her goal. Yay, she wins. Yay, she got everybody stirred up. Today, it's me and other people, but you know what? Tomorrow it could be you. I don't know how to get across to everybody. I've made plenty of videos. Y'all know how it is. Today, it's other people that she's fucking with, but it could be you tomorrow. So just sit around and laugh about it and joke about it until it's you tomorrow. But you know what? When it's you tomorrow, well, when it's some of you, there's some of you that, yeah, can just fuck all the way off. I will never, ever. I can't say that because I probably will. I would probably fight for you just as hard. Just like, I did with Mama T. I never liked her. I still don't like her. But I helped her because it was what was right. I didn't want to lick her balls. I didn't want to swing from her balls. I didn't want to be your friend. I didn't want to be your mod. I helped somebody I didn't like because it was the right thing to do. Same way with the stand. Now, the next thing at that point first. Jimbo and his aunt. So Nicolina pissed Jimbo off. I don't remember exactly what she did. It might have been the Roger Brown thing. I don't know if it was the same time or not, but it might have been. But whatever I do remember is, better slow my talking down or they'll bitch about that too. Fuck off like I care. Nicolina pissed Jimbo off on a Sunday. Jimbo went live. And Jimbo was at the flea market. I don't know if it was that day or it was the day before. But he had just been at the flea market, not at the mobile wheelchair shop. Not the place that sells them. The place that sells them might measure her and do all this and say, what she needs, because it was said tonight. They gave her the chair she needed. No, that was where you were wrong. It was a motherfucking flea market. A flea market that had the wheelchairs for sale. So the flea market is not going to give her the chair that's, what she's supposed to have. That's where you need to get your fucking, I'm going to try not to cuss too, but it's probably not going to happen. That's where you need to get your information correct. They didn't go to the wheelchair. TN, I know memberships are going to be missed. I know. I'm sorry about that. I will come live at another time. I probably should have shut all that off for them. This was the instant, the middle of it. So I've already said that I apologize for that. If a mod wanted to thank the members, that'd be great. And I will make a whole new video about it. But right now, if I get sidetracked by that, we'll just be here forever. And I appreciate every member, every one of you. I appreciate it. It's not expected. It's not needed. You don't need to be a member for me to see a chat. But it's, just cut me a little slack tonight, okay? That's all I'm saying. Just cut me a little tiny slack tonight, okay? I promise I will acknowledge every one of you in a special video tomorrow. Okay, now back to the wheelchair. So they weren't at the mobile scooter place. He's seen a wheelchair at a flea market. He's seen one, and he's seen two wheelchairs there at the flea market. And I don't quote me on the exact prices and like details like this because I don't want you. That's okay, Tian. I'm fine. Um, I don't want anybody to get stuck on. Well, she didn't get this right. In general, I think I'm getting the right idea here. If I'm not in chat, tell me. But he's seen 2 wheelchairs. There might have even been 3 wheelchairs. I don't know. I don't know what the guy had in inventory, but there was more than one there. Jimbo seen one he liked. He came home. Nicolina pissed him off. Well, just like when they go live and say, make Jimbo hate us or something, cash out Nicolina just to piss Jimbo off. In turn, I'm not saying that that's what happened that night, but I'm saying that she has done that. But in the fair play turnabout thing, Jimbo said, bitch, if I'm going to be on here on a Sunday night, you know what? My aunt needs money for a wheelchair. Now, when somebody comes out and says, my aunt needs money for a wheelchair, and the subs say, here, Jimbo, here's money for a wheelchair. And Jimbo goes to the flea market, not the mobility scooter place, and buys a wheelchair. Where is the scam? Where's the scam? But let's go back to all the bullshit of Medicare and Medicaid would have paid for a wheelchair. Medicare and Medicaid would have paid for a wheelchair. For what? I don't know how to say this correct. To start with, you probably ought to know what you're talking about. And I would ask that people would want receipts from people talking about it. Because what if it was you? What if it was you that they were talking about? If it was you, they were saying she could have went down and got Medicaid and Medicare to pay for it. Wouldn't you want someone to stand up and say, but wait a minute, are you sure about that? Now, I plan on doing this whole big damn thing just for my credibility, not to prove anybody wrong, not to lick Jimbo's balls, but to my credibility. I'm not up here being hypnotized or sucked into a cult or in love with Jimbo. I would think that my reputation would earn a little bit more respect on my name than that. But I don't expect it. So thank you, Crispy Treat. Now, Medicaid and Medicare may have paid for a wheelchair, a pushing wheelchair. Now, it was said tonight, well, he can push the goddamn wheelchair. He don't need an electric wheelchair. Well, the issue at the time, see here, I'm white knighting for Jimbo, white knighting for Jimbo. Well, I'm white knighting for Jimbo because I would white knight for your fucking ass too. And in fact, I have white knighted for at least Savage. Just as fucking hard. Absolutely just as fucking hard. So call me a white knight. I don't give a fuck. But if they would have paid for a wheelchair, well, why can't Jimbo push the goddamn wheelchair? It's called being independent. Now, y'all want to bitch because he put Aunt Melanie on the screen. If he wouldn't have put Aunt Melanie on the screen, you know what you'd have done? Oh, he's just lying. He's just scamming. There ain't no Aunt Melanie. There ain't no Aunt Melanie. So he puts Aunt Melanie on the screen. How dare you put Aunt Melanie on the screen? You're just scamming for Aunt Melanie. You're just using her to get money. Now, I know this shit happens. I absolutely know this shit happens. I know dry begging. But I'm here to tell you, if you had sat in the chat and not just got secondhand information, if you had paid attention to the chat, you would know that it was not dry begging. He didn't have to dry beg. He straight ass came out and said, I want to get my Aunt Melanie this wheelchair. The sub said, here's the money for the wheelchair. He went to the flea market and got the motherfucking wheelchair. He showed the wheelchair. Oh, that's not the same wheelchair. But first, remember what was said? That has to be a rental. He couldn't get that nice of a wheelchair with that amount of money. That was the first bullshit that was said. Yeah, it had to be a rental. Then it turned into, oh, that's just a junky one. He got $900 and he pocketed the rest and got our junky one. And then it's I bet he didn't get a wheelchair. Now, when y'all were sitting over there saying you wanted to see the wheelchair, had you tuned in, you would have already seen the wheelchair because Jimbo had showed it. Now, that's another they think a red flag for fraud. Jimbo got in and he drove around the wheelchair. Aunt Melanie didn't. Have any of you? Ooh, now this is where I'm going to cry, Nicolina. Be sure to clip it. Be sure to tune in. Lean in, reading real close, because odds are I'm probably going to cry. I lost my mom to stomach cancer. It wasn't very long between the time she was coherent and up and talking to us and with us and the time that she was in hospice bed, laid that way for 3 weeks. All she could do was grimace so we could know she was in pain to give her more morphine. But from the time that I picked her up in Colorado and moved her home with me to the time that she was laying in the bed unconscious, it wasn't that very long. Now, you bitches want him to go in there and get Aunt Melanie, who is not to the point of incoherence and on morphine in her bed. She's still watching TV. She's still talking to the family. You've seen her. Y'all seen her because you know you're bitching about he put her on YouTube. Y'all seen her talking. Well, hey, thank you. You seen how coherent she was, but she was in bed. You expect him to get his aunt up, who isn't mobile, but she's not laying flat incoherent. You expect him to get her up and put her in that chair to entertain your ass? You're not owed any of that fucking shit. He wanted a wheelchair. He asked his subs for a wheelchair. They gave him money for a wheelchair happily. No one bitched. He went and bought a wheelchair. He let Aunt Melanie pick out the wheelchair she wanted because there was 2 wheelchairs. That's not the one he said it was. That's not the one he said it was going to be. There was, and if you'd all tuned in, you would know this. I wouldn't have to be doing this shit. Or if you didn't listen to Nicolina, that'd be great too. But there was 2 wheelchairs. And I'm thinking, and I'm not sure about this, but I'm thinking there might have even been 3 wheelchairs. And he was going to let Aunt Melanie pick the right one. It was his hope that, I don't know if you all know, well, you all know, you're not stupid. But you know how when you get up with somebody that's like going through an illness, when you wake up in the morning and you get him up and you get him ready for the day, there is a whole period of time to where they're up and alert until bedtime. Now, wouldn't it have been nice for Aunt Melanie to have help getting in the electric wheelchair and just driving herself down the hall if she wanted to, driving herself over to the sink if she wanted to, driving herself down the ramp if she wanted to? Independence. Into fucking pendants. Freedom. Your last, oh, I hate to cuss about this, but you're going to have to hear it because that's just how I talk. You know you're dying. You've heard it's stage 4. You don't know how many fucking days you have. You don't know. 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 60, 200, 350. You don't know. But today, you're up and alert and independent. And by damn, if you want to get on your fucking scooter and ride and go to the coffee table, to the sink, to the bathroom, down the yard, where the fuck ever you choose to go, if your nephew and his subscribers on YouTube have blessed you with the independence and the vehicle to do it, fucking go. If that is a little bit of brightness to your last days, Who the fuck are any of these bitches on YouTube to dictate that you can't, or that you're wrong, or that it's a scam, or that you're shady? Fuck all the way off with every motherfucking one of you. All the fucking way off. All the fucking way. Clear the fuck off. Fuck off. Now, I don't expect much decency on YouTube. I've just come to realize it's just probably not going to happen. But I would hope to God, in time of death, not illness, not sickness, death, final, gone, done, no more, that you all could have a little bit of fucking decency. It's not like he said he needed the money to travel to see his aunt or some shit like that, and he got the money and he spent it on a wheelchair. Even then, you have no right to come over here and tell him what to fucking do with his money. He's not harming any missing children. And I understand y'all are relating this to like Bombshell and other people that have scammed their community out of money. But how did that go? That went that they were asking for shit they weren't getting, right? Double dipping, right? Asking for money for a wheelchair here, a wheelchair there, a wheelchair there, a wheelchair for 5 different people. That's how it went, right? That's why we were concerned about those scammers. Tell me why it is your business to come over here and bitch about a man asking for a wheelchair. His subs give him money for a wheelchair. He goes and buys the damn wheelchair. He brings the wheelchair home and gives it to his aunt. Tell me how it's any of your fucking do-gooder business. What is it of your business? But that wasn't good enough for you. We want to see Aunt Melanie on the scooter. It's not enough that we see it's not enough to see the scooter. We want to see her on it. Because we're fucking entitled to that. We're fucking entitled to ask a woman who is on her last days because of stomach cancer to ride the damn wheelchair around just to satisfy you motherfuckers. You know what? I would have fought for Shannon, Val, Pirate, or Savage if any motherfucker would have asked their family member to get on a fucking scooter and ride it. Absolutely would have. And as respectfully as I can. And the respect I'm showing is for the mutual subs that we have that like me and like her. What the motherfuck difference is it of Jimbo coming out and say, I need money for a wheelchair for my Aunt Melanie, then putting a cash app and a piggy bank up for a 25th anniversary trip to Vegas? Don't expect your subscribers to pay for your lifestyle, people. And that's what was said. Stop asking your subscribers to pay for your shit. Pay for your own shit. Now, see, I see nothing wrong with Savage asking her subscribers to pay for her trip to Vegas. Nothing wrong with that. The same way I don't see any issue with Jimbo asking his subscribers to help pay for the wheelchair for Aunt Melanie. Neither one are a scam. You both are coming right the fuck out and asking what you want, what you need. And if your viewers want to help you, that's fine. That's not a scam. That's not a scam. What's the difference? No different than when Toys for Tots rolled around and Savage said, hey, I want to help my husband's unit fill these Toys for Tots. Now, I heard people say stupid shit like, yeah, but that's how she's paying for her kids' Christmas. That wasn't the case. Anybody that knew Savage and knew everything, that wasn't the case. But stupid people said that. But what's the difference? I would have really liked the opportunity to be civil and ask them what's the difference. And the little bit I'm going to say about this goes along with the death thing. It's about marrying. Do you know how livid I would have been if Shannon or Val or Savage or Pirate would have lost a daughter or a person they consider to be a daughter and motherfuckers came on here telling them that that wasn't their daughter, y'all understand that I would have fought just as hard for you? But why couldn't, my question would have been, why couldn't you give that lady time to grieve? Then look into her. Thank you, Tammy. Why the fuck couldn't you sick bitches give that woman time to grieve? Just on the side of, hey, it might have been her daughter. We don't really know. You're saying, well, this don't look right and that don't look right and this might not be. But you know what? You don't really know. So wouldn't the human thing be? Wouldn't the humane, civil thing to do? Wouldn't it be, let's not jump her ass hours after she finds her daughter is dead? Is that too much to ask? Was it really too much to ask? And like now with Jimbo's aunt. What are you people going to do if, let's say, in the next 2 or 3 days, you see she passed away? Oh, I know what you're going to do, because I heard it said, and don't be trying to pull this bullshit that she passed away. Fucking sick. Respectfully as I can, and the respect is only for the mutual subs we have. Pirate, if you're that close, you're that close, you're that close. Why don't you take a trip to Jimbo's house? Why don't you go down there and see Aunt Melanie? See the wheelchair. Talk to Aunt Melanie. Talk to Jimbo. I'm sure you know where the flea market, where the wheelchair was bought from. Why don't you go down there and talk to the flea market? You're right there. You're close. Remember, you're close. Now, I'm not asking you to do that because, it's up to people that make the claim to prove it. My proof, all my proof I need to know, Jimbo came on and straight asked for a wheelchair. His subscribers straight out gave him money for his wheelchair. He went and got the damn scooter, whatever you're going to call it, scooter. He showed the scooter. But see, you know how that wasn't enough? It wasn't enough, and wasn't ever good enough. And if you put Aunt Melanie on there, it's bad. If you don't put Aunt Melanie on there, it's bad. So now, you do-gooder, entitled people, well, we want to see a receipt. A hardcore receipt. Okay, the man bought it from a flea market. So what are you fuckers going to do if he comes on here and shows a receipt from a flea market? Put it in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Tell me what they would do if Jimbo held up something and said, this is the receipt for the wheelchair. The first fucking thing they would do. Oh, he faked that. That shit's fake. That shit's fakes. There's no proving it to you people. You want to hate him because you hate him. You want to hate him because you hate him. Which brings me to it. I'm glad of this. So I told Nicolina, I said, you know what? There's more than me. That is a mutual sub of Savage and Shannon and Jimbo. There's more than me that likes Shannon and Savage, and they both like Jimbo. We like them all. It's not just me. We have a lot of mutual subs. Shannon was one of them. Shannon had been over here joking up with Jimbo, and Nicolina told me I was full of shit. Everybody told me I was full of shit. Well, I do thank you. I do thank you, Shannon, for being honest enough to say, yeah, I was okay with Jimbo. He was, I thought Jimbo was a good guy and good for his family until the wheelchair shit. So that right there tells me the 12 was 12 bullshit that y'all want to bring up just to fuck with him, not for any other reason. And you want him off YouTube, and you're just gonna, drag that dying horse. But Shannon, like me, had I don't know, support isn't the right word, approve isn't the right word. We both had said that shit was 30 years ago, that shit we don't know about. Shannon and I both had overlook isn't even the right word. I don't know what the word is. I guess let Jimbo's business be Jimbo's, but whatever you want to call it. Shannon and I had both done it. Shannon had just got mad at Jimbo with the wheelchair shit, and she said it tonight on Savage's panel. Now you all want to come here and tell me I'm ruining my reputation? I'm ruining my reputation standing up for what I believe in against a whole bunch of people who are perceived to have this big power? Well, let me tell you, no motherfucker on the internet is going to have any kind of power on me. It's just not going to happen. And you're not going to tell me to shut up. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to do anything like that to make me think that I ought to get in step and shut my mouth, because it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But you all want to sit over there and tell me I'm hurting my reputation, standing up for what I believe in against a fucking whole bunch of people. At the same time, you're having Nicolina in your chat saying, well, what if me and Nicolina became best friends? Hey, Nicolina, I ain't never had no problem with you. And you're going on Ernie Shell's panel, and I'm the one ruining my reputation? Lean all the fucking way in and listen to this. Friends don't let friends, Nicolina or Ernie Shell. Now, I remember not too long ago, I said something to Shannon in Savage's chat. I said something about Nicolina being part of the ship. And I won't say who said it, but the person that said it knows where I said it, knows where they said it. They said, oh, Claudia, you don't have to worry about that. Nicolina will never be part of the ship. I was like, well, I don't know. Well, so Nicolina and all the mean girls have used that to try to trigger me all week long, knowing how much I respected Savage and Shannon and Pirate and all them, knowing that, that was like my first home base, so to say. Oh, your friend Shannon's sure mad at you. Oh, your friend Savage is sure mad at you. Oh, this, another thing, just trying to put any little dig they can at me, all they want to. And maybe about day 3, it did trigger me. About day 5 or day 6, it got a little easier. Well, I'm going to tell you tonight, after what I seen tonight, say all the shit you want. And the only reason I am trying to keep this respectful as I can, like I said, is for the people that like us both, the ship and me. But after what I seen tonight, all that misinformation that was over there, that none of you even checked, because had you checked it, you would know it was full of shit. Everything that Nicolina said was full of shit, which let's bring this up right now while I'm thinking about it. So Jimbo said at one point, we dissolved our marriage. He's talking about his first marriage. We dissolved it since there was no property or kids involved. He made that quote. Well, then the other day he said, yeah, did they tell you that her mom gave us a car and a trailer? I don't know exactly what, but property. So Nicolina makes this clip saying, haha, look, Jimbo said here they didn't have any property. And Jimbo said here they had property. Now, to anybody who's not a critical thinker or who really don't give a shit and just wants a reason to fuck with Jimbo, you say, oh, that's right. But let me tell you what happened. And here is where I'm asking people to respect me enough that I'm not going to lie to you. And critical thinking. When they got together, they were given a house and a car. Or Jim was given a house and a car, I guess, to start off the marriage, but they were. When they split, and I don't know how many months it was, Jimbo said they never spent a holiday together. So it wasn't but months. I am going to assume that either the stepmom said, Jimbo, here, you take the car and the house, or Jimbo said, fuck it, here's the house and the car. But either way, at 17, towards the end of it, the house and the car was the least of the fucking contention. It's not like they had a motherfucking mansion and a Ferrari to fight over. Can I just, can you just put it in the chat? Does that make sense? Can you put that in your head to where when Jimbo said the first time there was no property and houses to divide, and then he said later on that he was given that, can you understand how a shitty car and a house is probably nothing to fight about when you're, dissolving a marriage like that? But Blake Screen says Medicare takes care of it. Medicaid, Blake Screen kid. Here's my challenge to you. Blake Screen kid. Here's my challenge to any of you. Medicaid will not pay for a power wheelchair. Not a wheelchair, but a power wheelchair. But let's just say that Medicaid and Medicaid would or wouldn't. Do you know how long it takes? Blake Screen, do you think if Jimbo came on here and said, I need money for a wheelchair, do you think his subs would have said, hey, Jimbo, Medicare and Medicaid to pay for a wheelchair? Do you think they're all retarded? That's Nicolina's word, retarded. Shannon even said it tonight, I think. Shannon said his subs are retarded. Do you think that they're all retarded? That they're all sitting over here thinking, we don't know that. But listen, Blake Screen, picture this. Jimbo comes and says he wants to buy Aunt Melanie this wheelchair. His subs give him the money in one night for the wheelchair. Don't you think it was up to the people that he was asking for the money to say, hey, Medicare to pay for that, Medicare? Now, critical thinking would tell you if they didn't, if they would have not given him the money and he didn't get it, wouldn't that be a sign to say, hey, Jimbo, Medicare pay for it? But critical thinking, if you ask for money for a power wheelchair and your subs give you money for a power wheelchair and you go down and get a power wheelchair, where's the scam? Where's the scam? But hey, Blake Screen Kid, why don't you ask Jimmy from the Bayou, who is in the chat right now? Why don't you ask Jimmy in the Bayou if he could get a power scooter? So everybody's saying that, that can't happen. You could probably get a push wheelchair. Oh, and the other thing, well, the scooter place probably didn't give Aunt Melanie a power wheelchair because they knew she needed to get up and walk. They knew that getting up and walk was better for her. I can't believe that came out of the mouth of people that I respected the fuck out of. I know you ladies are not that dense. And don't forget, I would be saying the same fucking shit if you people would have asked for a wheelchair or 25th anniversary casino money. I would have fought just as hard for you because it's none of anybody's fucking business. But remember, they didn't go to a scooter store or a mobility specialty. They went to the fucking flea market. The flea market. Whatever you call it down in Kentucky. I don't know. We call them flea markets here. And he seen a used wheelchair and he got it. Now, what if it was your aunt? What if it was your aunt and you, come on here asking the money and some dumb bitch would have said, maybe she needs to walk. How fucking dare you? And like I said, I know that I'm being disrespectful to the people that we both have subs and that are loyal as shit to Shannon and Savage and Pirate. And I get being loyal. I absolutely get being loyal. But all I'm asking is to hear me out and hear my side too and use critical thinking. I'm not asking anybody to kiss my ass, to be mad at them, to choose or do anything like that. Nothing. Just don't sit over there and talk shit about me like that I'm co-signing for somebody. Well, she knew they could get one from Medicaid. Like I'm, a scammer too, because that's not true. Blake Screen said, Ocean Lover is a scammer too. Jimbo said so. Blake Screen, what is it? Any business of yours? Was Ocean Lover? This is what they're going to say. They're going to say the reason they have a finger in Jimbo's pie is because they're do good and protecting the subs. Because yes, just like Bombshell, which 100%, that bitch was going from person to person behind the scenes. If just like Mama T, if she needed $20 for gas, she would ask 10 people for that $20. And she used it for shit that she wasn't supposed to do. Then I could see busting out Bombshell. But tell me where the scam is. If someone straight ass asks for something, his subs give them and they go and get it. It's no different than Savage saying, hey, here's my piggy bank, here's my Cash App for my Vegas trip for my 25th anniversary. It's no different. I don't know about the iPhone for the kid because I wasn't here then. But I do know about the car. Will Jimbo drive bags for a car? No, he didn't. In conversation, he said, the motor blew up. Now, if he said that and his subs said, hey, Jimbo, here, go get this car. Where is the fraud? I don't understand. I don't understand people. He's not coming out and asked for one and switching it. Now, for the $3,000, you're all going on Nicolene and Rap for that shit. I don't know what was said about it. But if he didn't ask $3,000 from 4 people, what the fucking business is it of yours? Who are you protecting? What subs are you trying to protect? Anybody that is not comfortable with it does not have to give any money. They can unsubscribe and leave, and some have. Who is getting fraud? Now, why is this different from Ernie Shell? Because Ernie Shell is saying he's protecting children and he's going on secret missions to the border and all these women, he's in danger. He needs a bulletproof vest. Oh my gosh. That is a scam. That is fraud. That needs to be called out. Now, had Ernie Shell just came out and said, give me some goddamn money to live on because I can't live on my own. And his sub said, here, Ernie, here's somebody to live because you can't live on your own. That's not a scam and nobody would give a shit. What is the difference? I was told that the reason I'm giving so much hell is because you're kind of expected to just hush and step in line when Savage, or Shannon or anybody has an opinion. You're supposed to shut up and go along with it. And I can see that, and I did that for a while. Just, let their business be their business. My issue is when it came to the misinformation. Now, if you want to judge the man on correct information, that is one thing. To sit up there and not only judge him, but spread the lies about him with no proof, none. That's where I had an issue. And the reason I had an issue with it, and I would hope that, you could think about this. What if it was you? If it was you saying shit about you that wasn't true, wouldn't you want me to stand up and say something? And don't you all know that I would have, and that I have? That'll come to Connie. Why did you say something to Jimbo when he was saying something about shoving his breasts back there? Well, for one, I didn't see her backstage. I didn't see her waiting backstage. For two, I figure the strong woman like me or like any of you that I looked up to and respected, if you're talking shit on a man like you've all talked on him, and the man says something like, oh my God, is that your breast? Oh no, I guess it's just your finger. He's talking shit back. I would expect that you're woman enough to handle your shit on your own. It's complete bullshit that any woman talks shit on a man and then clutches her pearls when the man talks back. And that's not just for Jimbo and Savage. That's for anybody. If you're going to talk shit to a man, do not be surprised when the man talks shit back to you. You're not some special flower. If you're ballsy enough to, say that shit, then be strong enough to take the shit they give you back. Right. Where's Ocean Lover's money? Nicolina took it upon herself to, keep it. Just like with me and everybody saying, well, people don't fight back for you like you fight for them. I don't need them to. If that would have been me backstage and Jimbo said I would shove my titties or whatever, I would have never expected anybody to come to my rescue. Just like being on the panel with Ernie and Dolly when they were talking shit to me. I could have fucking sent a message to Shannon and Savage at the time. Shannon even acknowledged, yeah, girl, I would have been right there. But I didn't need them to come do that. I don't need to be saved. The first night I went on Savage's panel to address this, I didn't need anybody from over here to go over there and cheerlead for me. I got this. If I'm going to speak my mind and speak up, I got this. I don't need anybody to come white knight and save me. And people are saying, well, this is just a content. I don't know. I heard Savage say tonight, we was looking for new blood anyway. But just the day before that, on Ernie's panel, she said, hey, we don't come for people unless they come for us first. We just like to laugh and cut up, and joke around. And that's true. No. How did Jimbo come for you guys? Can you please tell me? How did Jimbo come for you? You're going to say, well, you're the right fighter over here protected 12 is 12. There's a whole bunch of fucking time in between when Benny brought this shit out and to now that nobody said a fucking word. Why'd y'all bring it up now again? Because Benny and Nick did. And you're over there sucking Benny's dick, and everything again now. And Savage saying, well, I never had a problem with Nicolina. Well, me and a whole bunch of people in your chat sure thought that. And in fact, the person that told me Nicolina would never be part of the ship. Yeah, they sure did have a problem with it. And tonight it was said, Jimbo said, well, I'm a substitute teacher, and that just burns Nicolina's ass. And Nicolina said, no, he's not. No, he's not. Zero proof. And D-Boss said, he's a teacher's aide. He's not a teacher. Well, you dumb bitch. Being around children as a teacher, a teacher's aide, or substitute teacher is still being around children. You cannot be a pedophile and a teacher aide, but not a substitute teacher. Do you fucking understand how stupid this shit you say sounds? Jimbo comes from a whole fucking community that knows his past. And if they didn't, all you do-gooder bitches have already done, you've made it your mission to tell them. Here we are a year later, and he's still substitute teaching. And y'all want to sit there and say, no, he's not substitute teaching. He's just a substitute, he's just a teacher's aide. Crispy said, I'm sure that marriage license was a frame and stuck in a drawer, not on his wall. I love Shadow too, Crispy. I did up until today. And yeah, it does hurt, which is fucking ridiculous. It's just YouTube. Why the fuck do I care so much about people? It's just YouTube. But I did. And to see them sitting over there talking the shit they were talking was zero proof. Zero proof. And the only proof that they thought they did have was from Nicolina. I am not too big to admit that shit fucking hurt. Which is why I'm going to put together my own receipts, not to swing from Jimbo's balls, not to prove Nicolina wrong, but to prove my credibility. And why is that important to me? And why should that matter to you? Because it could fucking be you next. And I promise you, I have video after video after video of Nicolina doing this shit to more than one person. Kissing your ass today, being your friend today, and then slaughtering you in the back tomorrow. It's just mind-boggling. It really is. Angie said, just slow down and take a breath. You talk so fast. Angie, you don't have to be here if I talk too fast for you, okay? If I talk too fast for any of you, leave my chat. I talk fast because I talk fast. I'm always going to talk fast. I'm not ever going to not talk fast. It's not ever going to be any better. So just leave my chat. Spivey said, I don't usually chime in until people talk about wheelchairs. I can say personally, before my son's accident in 2017, I was ignorant about the wheelchair community. Reality hits hard. Thank you. And I don't know if people know much, but Spivey has been around a long time, and in my opinion, is respected. Crispy Treats is respected also. Gypsy Soul is respected. Just for You, I haven't known them that as long, but they've been respected for what I can see. Angie said, how fast does that wheelchair go? Angie, does it matter? What does it matter? If Aunt Melanie's using it to get up and go to get a drink of water by herself, to go to the front window herself, or, just to sit in it, whatever. What does it matter to you? Are you going to ride the chair, Angie? Right. Speaking the truth will never destroy anybody's reputation. And, it took me a long time to publicly outright say that I supported Dawn and Candace Wells. Do you know how much hate I got about that? Oh, you're just you know who gave me the most hell about it? Miss Daisy. Yeah, they kicked me off her panel and thought I was a demon from hell and told me that how could I do that as a child that had been molested? Yeah, and now guess what? Miss Daisy's over there. Hey, Chris. Supporting Dawn and Candace. But I was a demon. But I didn't care about who liked me or who thought I was a pedo sympathizer or who thought I was a baby killer sympathizer, because I wanted to say I publicly supported Dawn and Candace, not because I wanted anything from them. Never had them on my panel, never talked to them, don't know them. I did send Don $10 to put on his books when he first went to jail. I sure did. But that was it. Never expected a thing. Don't expect a damn thing from Don or Candace Wells. I just know if that was me, I would hope that if there was no dead right out evidence that the police had arrested me, that y'all could give me enough grace at the time I'm losing my child. Just because to me, it's the humane thing to do. Just like with Mary and her daughter, it's the humane thing to do. Let her get some breathing room in. Let her, attack her all the fuck you want to later. You got plenty of time to attack her later. Because what if Candace didn't do anything to her daughter? What if that is Mary's daughter? But see, that's where y'all are different than me. Because y'all will just say, oh, well, fuck it. God forbid Aunt Melanie passed away tonight. None of you would fucking care. All over there saying how, oh, she could do this and she could do that and she's fine. She could do this and she could do that. What if she passes away tonight? The difference between me and you, people that I respected, I fucking couldn't live with myself. Because while y'all might think it's YouTube, that would eat the fuck away at my heart. That would make me so sick that I sat over there and for no other reason, no reason. What's the reason for talking shit like that? Y'all see where it's different with Bombshell? Because it's moving expenses and it's gas money and it's school money and all that shit. Do you understand why that shit, can be talked? And if you're wrong, so what? It floors me. Thank you, Eddie Pats. Yeah, 6 accounts gone. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would do it for you. And Savage, I did do it for you. When Dolly was saying all that shit, wanting your grandchild's information, I put together clips, and not just clips, did the research for the receipts so nobody could say I was lying about it. Put in the work to make a credible video, a clip that you could use it as a source and know that it was facts because it was the right thing to do. And it really does. It really does baffle me of why I am so upset. Over 4 ladies' opinion, whether I liked them at one point or not. It's just YouTube. It's just YouTube for Nicolina. It's just YouTube for all the bitches that follow her because their only goal is to cause this right here. They don't give 2 shits about anything but making people upset, causing drama. They're not a right fighter. They're not a fact fighter. They're not a do-gooder. They're not here to fight anybody to make this world a better place, to make YouTube a better place, to get rid of the tragedy pimps, to get rid of the scammers. They're not here for that. The reason they're here is to stir shit, to cause problems, and to hurt people. Listen before you speak. Says the pirate comes for Jimbo over tragedy pins. He just makes his own tragedies. The difference there, listen, is they're his own fucking tragedy. He's not using anybody else's tragedy. What don't you get? It's his own tragedy. If he has a tragedy a week, if the motherfucker has a car breakdown today, a water leak tomorrow, wheelchair today, as long as he's getting a car, fixing a water leak, and getting a wheelchair, and the subs don't have an issue with it, who the fuck are you? Besides to be a nosy busybody, fucking extension of Nicolina to cause drama. Your words. It's his own tragedy. Everything that he has said he needed money for, or that y'all say he dry begged for, or whatever, everything he's done that with the money. He hasn't used another family. He hasn't went out and fucking invaded somebody's privacy. None of that shit. It's his own shit. The subs that don't like it, the subs that are uncomfortable with him asking, leave. What's the problem? Thank you, Missy T. I'm probably far as fuck behind in chat, but Lavender Sage, they're so upset about the wheelchair because that's just something they can be upset about. This all shit had been put to bed. Benny Keys had apologized for it. It's on my community tab. Benny Keys, who's the one that originally brought all this shit out, has already apologized to Jimbo and said, Jimbo, and if you don't believe me, go to my community tab right now, scroll down a little ways, and you will see it. The conversation that Jimbo and Benny had, where Benny says, Jimbo, I'm sorry about this. I have never, ever been one to think that shit like this gets stirred up for clicks and views. But I'm really thinking that now. Nothing going on in the tragedy pimp world. So why would Benny bring it up? He'll say it's because Smoky Mountain Mama was on Jimbo's panel, and that made him mad. She should have went to somebody else's panel. Bullshit. Drama creates clicks and views. Did Jimbo go for Benny? Did Jimbo go for Savage? Was it Jimbo sitting over here talking shit about them people? Was Jimbo talking shit about Smoky Mountain Mom and Rap? No. Jimbo had give Benny Keys a doll for his kid, a toy, because they, squashed the shit or whatever. Jimbo didn't say anything about Shannon or Savage. Jimbo didn't say shit about Smoky Mountain Mom and Rap. In fact, they had all forgot shit and they, squashed it. Who was the one that started the drama? Benny, Savage, Smoky Mountain Mama and Rap. It's just fucking ridiculous. Lisa said, Queen, I'm just repeating why they come after him because she asked why they didn't. What the fuck does that even mean? What right do they have to come after him? Who's he scamming? Who's hurt? Roger Brown said, where did all of Jimbo's top mods go except for Leslie B? I don't fucking know. I haven't been around long enough to take a list of who's the top mod. Roger Brown, maybe. Who's the top mod you're talking about? But here's what I know, Roger Brown. If they didn't like what Jimbo was doing, they probably left, which is the right thing to do. That not make sense? Roger Brown worked till his mom died. That's what you do. If you're a top mod for somebody and you don't like what's going on, you leave. Did any of those top mods come out and say that Jimbo scammed them? Oh, well, Nicolina's asking it. I'll just say, Nicolina, I would assume that they quit because they didn't like Jimbo, or they didn't like what Jimbo was doing, or they had an issue with what Jimbo was doing. That's what you should do. You should never stay anywhere you don't feel comfortable. So I'm going to assume they left. If they're uncomfortable about Jimbo having tragedy after tragedy, fucking leave. How many of those top mods said Jimbo scammed him? It's just ridiculous. Erica said, "I'm Jimbo's mods are just fine, and I'm one proud of it." Yeah, it's crazy because you look at Jimbo's mods that he has; they're all respectable women. Tabby said, "Bye, Nick. You're fucking trash bag of a human, right?" Yeah, that's it. If you don't like my volume, turn it down. Christine, why are all Jimbo's mods leaving? I've noticed a change. Well, Christine, I just said it. Do I need to put it in smoke signals, crayons? What? One, I don't know who his top mods were. I haven't been around that long, and I didn't make a list. You'd have to ask Jimbo and his mods. But my critical thinking tells me if he has top mods that are gone, they obviously didn't like something that was here, which is exactly what you should do. Don't ever stay somewhere where you're not comfortable. If you don't like what's going on, fucking leave. That's what adults do. Why is that so hard? How ignorant are you that you can't answer your own question? I would guess it's why some of Biddy's mods, even some of his top mods, are over here at Jimbo's now because they didn't like what Biddy was doing, or they didn't want to be part of what Biddy was doing. That's just common damn sense. How stupid you have to be. Ask something so stupid. Listen, it causes ask why they came after him, and I answered. I know why the ship comes after people. It's not the same. And I'm going to have to go clear down here to the bottom because I got to end this. I don't know what time Jimbo's going to go live. And, again, this is his story to tell. And I wasn't going to do it. I had said, let me just say, no top mods are gone. There you go. October said, Chris Retreat also said if it was to go back, he would not have interviewed her. Right. They're going to judge him on that. You can't win. When people on here get you in their sights and they hate you, you can't win. If Jimbo would have told Smoky Mountain Mama after midnight, okay, thank you, Kemper. If Jimbo would have said, Smoky Mountain Mama, no, we don't want no part of this, it would have been, oh my God, Jimbo turned Smoky Mountain Mama down. When she needed someplace to go, Jimbo turned her down. Instead, Jimbo's like, sure, you can come tell your story. Oh my God, how dare he up there having her tell his story? You can't win. And for having the super chats on for this and the super chats on for that and this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. I want to say here for everybody on YouTube, when the nightly news is telling of a school shooting where little kids are shot, do they shut off their commercials? When there's a tragedy in a big city, does the nightly news shut off their commercials? And they make millions. Do you know how much a live stream gets in AdSense? For one, if you cuss, you're about screwed. If you cuss a lot, you're really screwed. If it's a controversial subject, well, fuck it. You're not getting money off that live stream at all. So as for AdSense and people saying, oh my God, he had the super chat on there. How dare him? Fuck's sake. What do you think? $6 maybe tops. Bullshit. Clutch your fucking pearls over that. Now they'll say, oh, well, the super chats. Well, if your topic or whatever that you're talking about, if the people in your chat like what the fuck ever topic you're talking about, who the fuck are you to tell them not to give you money for what the fuck you're talking about? It's not like you're frauding them in here. It's not like I'm sitting here talking about one subject, but I'm really talking about something else. No hashtags, no any of that bullshit. If whoever's watching you wants to cash app you for your topic, Who the fuck cares? There's a difference between tragedy pimps and scammers and just being a fucking pain in the ass to be a fucking pain in the ass. Oh yeah, Stacy said, after seeing 666 now support rap, the rapist, I don't know how anyone doesn't see the hypocrisy. Right. Do you remember they were going to cancel everybody that supported rap? Even if you didn't support rap, like me, and they thought you supported rap, or they made you want to act like you supported rap, they were going to cancel you and come for you. We see you. That's what she said. We see you. We see you, and we're coming for you. Guess what? She fucking supports rap. She supports rap. Doesn't that make her a rape sympathizer? Well, it really wasn't rape. I don't give a fuck what you say. We heard it 3 times. None of us said it. Do I sing? No, I don't fucking sing. Do you want me to sing? None of us made that up. We heard rap say it. No is no is no. Now, if Smokey Mountain Mama later on wanted to turn and walk that back, that's on her. That's absolutely on her. I'm not going to tell her how to live her life. If she's wrong or this or that, I'm not going to do it. I wasn't there. Just like from the beginning, I'm not going to do it. As for me and mine and my values, what I heard Rap say and how I heard him say it, because he wouldn't just bring it up that he fucked up if he didn't really know he fucked up. As a rape victim, it was just a question. Okay. No, I don't sing. But as for me and my values, I'm never going to support rap. I'm never going to support Smoky Mountain Mama. Because there obviously was some shit going on. But just like with supporting Candace Wells and a missing daughter, I am never going to tell a victim that she's wrong. It's not that important to me to be right to where I would ever put someone through that wrongly. Now, if I find out the victim lied, then I'll judge them. And says, I don't think Smoky Mountain Mama lied. I just think, she's doing some ridiculous shit. I'm just not going to support either one of them. So, I think I've raged long enough. Did you get enough entertainment, Nicolina? Is this enough for all you and the mean girls over there to I'm sure you'll be on some fuck shit tomorrow, because that's just how you do it. But was there enough trauma and division and fucking upset and tears that you all got high as fuck tonight? Do you think it could last you 24 hours? Do you think you could, hold off on being fucking just gross? To give the internet a break. Just give the internet a break. Thank you for that crispy treat. Could you just give the internet a break for 24 hours? Because I know you're going to come on here with your shit about Sharan. And I know most people don't like Sharan. But I get Sharan. Sharan is hard to get, but I get Sharan. And for them dumb asses to sit over there saying her grandma was a person trafficker, human trafficker, just because Sharan didn't say her words exactly right, y'all aren't stupid enough to know about the migrant immigrant program. Look it the fuck up. It's a thing. And that's what she was doing. And you know what? They're not taking our jobs. South Park best voice. JP said, are you sure? Yeah, you're right, JP. I don't know. It just fucking goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know. I know her war cry at one point was, I best not see anybody in your chat. They were taking a list of everybody in the chat, and they were coming for everybody in the chat. And now she's over there in his chat. She's on his panel saying about this kid and that kid. So I don't fucking know. But JP, I never judged you for supporting rap. Never once.
Not once did I talk shit on you. Not once did I ever, the only person I ever said anything about was people supporting Nicolina. That absolutely I will still say to this day. Because when you look at all this shit, the end result of it, while it might not be you now, thank you again, Crispy. While it might not be you now, and while it might be you yucking it up with her right now, watch your back. Remember when she said we had to draw her in to flush her out. Don't think for a minute that the bitch you're teaming up with today to get all the dirt and to cause more pain on the person you hate ain't gonna turn around and do the same shit to you, do the same shit to you tomorrow. And there's very few of you that I wouldn't still support because it's the right thing to do. Thank you, Crispy. I think the hardest part of this was seeing people in chat that just loved me dearly. Seeing people that was in Shannon's chat that just loved me dearly sit over there and say, oh, I guess the question was, and I can understand how it came across. Listen before you speak, that was here in my chat a minute ago, said something. And I said, listen, meaning the person's name was listen, but I could understand how it came off as me saying, listen, like I was talking to Shannon or Savage. And to see them all that I love to death, that loves me, say, you just better back up, Cardi. You just better watch it. I get being loyal. I get not taking sides. Here you gonna go, Nicolina. I'm crying. Is this making your panties wet that I'm crying? All that sick shit you said the other day about flicking this and that, is that what you're doing to my tears, Nicolina? But I will admit, to see people that love me, just love me when I'm fighting on your side. To sit over there and say, well, I'm disappointed in her this and talk shit on me over there. That's probably what hurt the most. And Ash, don't ever follow anybody blindly. Don't ever but I thank you for that. You don't ever have to be a white knight for me. I don't want anybody to ever be a white knight for me. You don't ever have to come to my rescue. And absolutely, if I'm, doing some stupid ass shit, call me on it. That's all I would ever expect. I guess another thing that I want respect for is the reason I don't do stupid shit on the internet and troll and do all this, and lie and make clips that are misleading is because, thank you, Cheryl. Credibility matters to me, and it matters to me because I won't always be able to on the spot prove my point, but I just wish people would understand that, she's never lied to us before. She's proved this. So, at that moment that I could get a touch of respect and credibility, that's all I really, really care about. And to talk to me, before you believe some shit. Crispy said, well, Connie, you can't decide who I rescue because I will come and white knight for you. You bet your ass I will. Well, thank you. But it's not expected, I will never be like Judo and say, why didn't you guys come support, do this? Never. If, I will stand, if I'm big enough to say it, I'll say it. You're right. She has no credibility. But yet here, the people that I love and respected are over there buying her bullshit because they're hate bonding, But it is what it is. And I'll get over it. If you're going to talk shit, talk some shit about something that's real. Chrissy said, well, I mean a bunch of different communities and your reputation is a good one. And people do believe you and trust you. Thank you. I know a lot of people do. If I'm going to spend my hours on YouTube and cry over this stupid shit, I would rather, have the respect and I would rather be respected than to be thought of as a troll or Nicolina like that. To me, that's just gross. I wouldn't want anybody to ever look at me like that. But yet, for the women that I respected the most, talking to me like I'm shit and won't be best friends with Nicolina. It happens. And I'm over it already. So I'm going to go. Thank you for being here. Thank you if you joined up for the membership. Thank you, Alicia. That means a lot. And if I missed your comments, I hate it. I hate that I missed them. And I'll go back and read them and probably leave a comment in the comment section, because I hate that I missed them. But if you send a super chat and I missed it, or if you send a membership and I missed it, thank you, Dodie. The stand is live at, I forgot what time, 12 something, after midnight, because it's Friday. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia, yeah. People have the nerve to tell her she's not Hispanic. Oh, Ashley's not black. Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. Alicia is her name. Yes, we have. Thank you, Tammy. See, now this is going to make me cry because this is the stupid shit, and it's stupid because it's YouTube. But it was Queen Bee's chat and Savage's chat with Tammy and Aileen when we were all down there, fighting together against them fucknuts. That for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it was like a bonding moment, It was like, it was just a bonding moment. And, Tammy was down there with Aileen all by herself against all them fuckheads, And we were like, they were down there and we were like the back of the line support. Ridiculous or not, that's when I started, really feeling like part of Queen Bee's chat and Savage's chat. That's the only two chats that I've ever felt like that about. And as much as I, like Jimbo's chat, and everybody thinks that I'm number one ball licker, I love the people dearly, but I don't know. I just didn't feel that way with his chat. Like Jimbo said, I felt more like a friend of the chat than I did family. And I didn't even feel like family with Savage and Queen Bee because the family thing just kind of freaks me out. But if I ever did have to call anybody family, it would have been Savage and Queen Bee's chat. Now, whether they felt that way about me, I don't know. You want to know a stupid thing that really made me cry? Stupid, completely stupid. Nicolina, lean in so you can hear how it really did upset me for something stupid. Savage was the first one to give me a super chat, $20. Love you, girl. Fucking stupid, right? Over here fucking crying over stupid fucking YouTube. Over somebody that obviously didn't give two fucks about me to start with. But yeah, Nicolina, be sure to clip it. Be sure to lean in real close. Do you want me to say it again? Are your panties really wet now, Nicolina? Maybe you can clip this and play it on loop. Maybe you can clip this and make it your ringtone for your phone because that's just how sick you are, Yep. So let's talk about no content, At least I'll admit it, Oh, scat about it. I don't know. I had an issue with that. And I was thinking, oh, well, this and that and this and that. And nah, it kind of hit me in the face tonight that all that misinformation, they wouldn't even let me come up and correct it, Thank you, Chris Retreat. I will. I don't want anybody to hate anybody. All I'm asking is that the people that used to love me to death for the year that I was over there, that they would tune in and before they talk shit on me, because I'm not a ball licker, I'm not a pedophile sympathizer, I'm not a rape sympathizer. And why the fuck I even give two shits, because I know this is all Nicolene is wanting to do, so I'm giving her what she wants. Yeah, I'm giving her what she wants because I'm human and my time here matters. Hey, China. Yep. Thank you. Yep, JP, I bet. This is like my first breakup. Really like my first YouTube breakup. So they can sit about there, they can laugh all they want to. I don't give two shits. Just like, I don't know if y'all know about it, but on White Rabbit's channel and Coco's channel and Ash's channel and who else is, we're trying to do something positive. So like 1 hour a day, Coco goes live with a song with exercising, and she's just goofy and does goofy things, and it's just 1 hour a day to exercise and be funny to get away from all this shit. Well, Peach had to make some fucked up video today about, oh my god, look at how ridiculous she is. They're so fucking miserable and want to be miserable that you can't even do anything good without them talking shit on you. We went to White Rabbit's chat for like motivation. Ash's chat for like healing, natural healing, the crystals and things like that. Just talk about it. Coco for exercise. Scientific skeptic, if you want deep thought, like intellectual talk, not just hate. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's Crispy might be able to explain it, or I don't know who else is over here. Ash, it's just deeper thought, like intellectual thought. It's just something to do different, and even a Bible study for days. Yep. And even H3LL is doing meditation. So it's just a little something to break from all this bullshit. Coco's dance party is hilarious. She does the YouTube exercises, stretching the truth. What else? I can't think about it. The highway run, just things like that. But it's just to get away from this shit. And people say, well, why just walk away from it? Well, you know what? That's what they want me to do. They want me to walk away, so Nicolina and the mental bitches could just be more terrorized, and just log it off. That might help me, might help everybody. But that leaves everybody back here at their mercy. And if we all leave, then it's just fucked up shit like that, So, it's not going to happen. Right now, it's not going to happen anyway. Scientific skeptical, dub it down. I am a panel guest, so there, he dubs it down. Yeah. Whenever he talks to me, I'm like, okay, I got to think about how do you say this. But he does, he did good. Yeah, the flip flop. Yeah. And while I got talked about Skep, again, for you people who don't, pay the hell attention, I never said he was the smartest man on YouTube. I said he was the smartest man I knew on YouTube. Not that facts matter to any of you, but that's what I said. So, okay, I'm going to go now so I can go fix my face. Splash some water on my face, fix my face. Thank you for my mod. I don't know what off the troll center, whatever, stupid ass said. I'll go back and read it, but I just couldn't sit here and shut up and not say nothing because I was about to explode. Yeah, he's kind of taking a break, redoing his things, but his voice is just soothing. I mean, he could read the cereal box to me. And 50 says, Constance, why would you not talk to Savage in private? Well, 50 Shades, my first thought of was, I asked twice to come on the panel and talk. And Savage is not always really good about reading your email. And if I thought that would have worked, I would have done it. But more than anything, I was just going to let her have her opinion, let Jimbo have his opinion, and not try to force my opinion of either one of them on either one of them. And maybe because the stuff that was said in public, I wasn't given the choice to handle anything in public, in private. And more because I don't think it would have changed anybody's mind. And I would have just come off as licking Jimbo's balls. White knighting for Jimbo. That's why. I'll get over Christy. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. It's just YouTube. You know, it reminds me of something that Val said. Be careful who you swing a sword for. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think she was even the one that said, be careful who you swing a sword for, because these motherfuckers probably wouldn't swing it right back for you. And you know what? True that. True that. I'm going to go. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to y'all later. Good night.